Hey everybody, Elizabeth Varian here. Oh, that was one hand. Hey! Okay, so this is a good start. I'm still tired and still giddy, but I'm going to get through this and we're going to get it done because this is such a great topic. I told you last night, if you watched last night's teaching video, it was, it's my favorite topic is manifestation, law of creation. And the getting started is like the beginning of the adventure. So tonight we're kind of switching the schedule up and we're doing the take, see, action work. It's no see this time, it's all take action work. And it's about writing your intentions for 2018. Last night I covered a lot of information and I'm not going to recover it here because I want to get right to the meat of the work and get jumping in and getting you ready for preparing your list and actually creating your list, creating the creating list, intentional list. Whew, I should just breathe. So, last night I gave you a whole list of various areas in your life that you can touch on. So I want you to take that list and don't worry. If you're on YouTube, I'm going to post it down below in the description. If you're on Facebook, I'm posting it above in the post section of this video so that you have the list. But just to reiterate what it is, I cheated and put it on my Word doc. First thing we're going to do is brainstorm what areas are we, in each of these areas, what would we want? What is our desire? What is bigger than we ever thought of? And if you've been a person that never asks for anything, this is the time to just let it all hang out and go, you know what? It's all about me. I have been given $1 billion to do anything I want. I have been given the answer of yes to everything I ask for. What am I asking for? But it's not about other people. It's only about you, and that's the rules. That's the rules because I already showed you last night how that works against you, and it works against the other person too in some cases. If you don't know the story, go watch the video. So you're going to brainstorm. You're not going to put judgment. You're just going to take a sheet of paper out, write the first category, and just jot down like crazy, anything and everything, because you're going to whittle it down. But that's how you get the juices flowing of really, getting in there and the ideas then start flowing. So the first area is finances. Finances is income, both salary, business income, personal income, money flowing in from everywhere, checks in the mail. It doesn't matter how. We don't care about the how, but it does matter that we want to know how much, how often for how much, and how is it? Is it revenue versus profits or income? Is it your gross or is it your net? So finances, savings. If you wanted to have big savings, start your retirement fund. 46 coming around the corner here. I got to start someday. The love. Do you want to attract love? Do you want to work on a current love relationship, improving it? Remember, it's about improving, growing, experiencing, right? And increasing. And you can increase love. Family and friends. Are you going to reconnect? Are you going to build on current relationships? Are you going to be, more consistent because you enjoy this, not because you feel like you have to, but it's a joy? Friendships. Have you been a hermit like me where you've been a workaholic and now you're going, whoa, I need friends. You're my friends, aren't you? So you want to get out. You want to build a group friends. You want to increase the circle. Maybe some of the friends you're seeing that maybe shouldn't be your friends because they're not necessarily aligning with what you're believing. So it's time to bring in people that do align. So house and home. Do you want to rent? Do you want to own? Do you want to get a bigger house? Do you want to make improvements to the home you have? Do you want to move to a different location? Do you want a house on the water? I was in Key West this year. It's not an uncommon thing down there. So house and home, what do you want? What is the desire? I should quit saying want. Want is a bad word. Well, it's not a bad word. It's just a word that doesn't provide for us the manifestations that we seek. It keeps us in a state of wanting, which we will discuss later. So we want to say, look, I keep using it. So the words to use are have, desire, manifesting, intending. Okay, spirituality is a great category. Do you want to get in touch with your spiritual beliefs, whether it's religious system or existing belief system? Is it getting in deeper with meditation to become oneness and release from the world? Do you want to go to Sedona, Arizona and hang out at a retreat? Those aren't cheap. Who cares? Bank account. That's the money. What is it that spiritually that you want to do? How do you want to connect with whatever the title is that you give your higher power? God, universe, infinite possibilities, infinite source. Career and business. Are you going to look for promotion, change careers, learn a new career? Are you going to start a business, grow a business? 1 year in my business, I actually worked on intending to build a website. I own a web design and internet marketing firm. I think I've said this before. And I usually work just with I shouldn't say just with, I like working with small businesses and small and mid-size. Someone had mentioned, he only built websites for hospitals. Hospitals? Never thought about building a website for a hospital. So I manifested that baby. And not only did I get the website, but I also got a really good friend out of it too. So that was a double benefit for me. And it came about in a way that I would have never imagined. So, that's why we don't care about the how. We just focus on the intention. If you're in network marketing, how big do you want your net downline? That's huge for you guys. I know I used to do beauty control years ago. Don't ask me. I don't do that anymore. I did learn a lot from it. It was a good experience. But how big do you want that downline? They offer the cars and the trips and the purses and the whatever carrot there is that you might want. What is it? Put it on the wall. Go for it. Alrighty. Health and body. I've lost 30 pounds. This next year, I'm going to lose the final weight. I realize from here on up, I look average and normal, but from down there under the video, I have 30 pounds to lose, and I am getting it off my body. I am white hot on fire to get it off my body. So I want to lose the weight. I have no judgment about weight, except for I love who I am. I love this body. And I love the wardrobe that is at a smaller size that's waiting for me. You got to be honest about your why for the intention. It's not for a man. It's not for other people. It's for a wardrobe. So health. Health is one of my intentions, and I've got my tribe started. So we'll talk about tribes tomorrow. But I have my tribe started for health, where it's preventative. I desire to be, see, I'm catching myself, to be in health, in good health. I don't just want to lose the weight. I lost the 30 pounds, but I did it with low to no carbs, and I lost half my ponytail. It's a lot of my hair. So you see me playing with it because I'm glad I still have it. That was not a fun experience. And we women, we know the size of our ponytail when we pull it back, and we know when there's a difference. So this time, I am doing it the right way. And I'm going to lose the final 30 pounds in a very healthy weight with a healthier diet and workout regimen. Kevin, I might be calling you, but you beat me up a little too much, so we'll see. But what health with you, health issues or focus that you want? There's someone in our group who I tell everybody they need to follow him, Edward. Hi, Edward. I hope you're watching. Edward Rodriguez. He is doing, he's using happiness energy to align with good health over cancer in his body. And I'm aligned with his belief. Collective consciousness, we're all collectively energetically connected. And so I'm going to believe and connect my energy and belief in alignment with his. So what is their health issues, eyes, getting maybe LASIK surgery or having something else done. I don't know. But what is it health-wise that you would like to manifest? Hobbies. Any hobbies you want to start? New ones to try? Travel. I said since I was a kid I was going to hit all 50 states by the time I'm 50. 46 next year. I've got 4 years and a whole bunch of states. Actually, I think I'm down to half now. But I have quite a few states to get done in 4 months, or 4 years, not 4 months. 4 years. So travel. Do you want to do that? All 50 states. Do you want to go on a cruise? Do you want to travel to another country? A friend of mine just got back from Paris taking cooking classes. I was excited and a little jealous, but very excited for her. Not for the cooking classes part, just the Paris part. She can cook for me anytime. She's a great cook. But do you want to take a road trip? Do you like to camp? Do you like to go on adventures? Is there a mountain you want to climb? I don't get it, but go for it. I will cheer you from the inside of the trailer looking up, or here in my home. But what kind of travel would you like to do? And investing in you. What is it that you would like to, by the end of 2018, say, I have lived, which is a post that I did the other day from a song. I have lived and gotten to know me. I've connected with me a lot more. There's nothing wrong with it. Okay, so now we've created this massive list of all these areas and other things that maybe aren't part of those areas. Things like cars and things, automobiles, you could put in a miscellaneous list. Or you can create a car and automobile list or toy list if you want, and have a car, a boat, a motorcycle, you name it, right? So now we've got to take this massive list and we've got to narrow it down. We got to get specific. And so I kind of break this down into two different types of people. There may be a different way to do it, but because I'm an intuitive, this is how I think. If you are like me and you're an intuitive is someone who has a knowingness. They have a feeling, a foresight. They just have this sense of connectivity as to whether, oh, this is right, this is wrong, this is the way to go, this is not the way to go. If you have that, then I want you to take this list and go through each of the different areas. And if you're already honed in on these tools, that's one of my goals, is working with a couple members of my tribe to get more in tune with my intuitive empath personality that I just learned about. It's not even personality, it's a gift. It hasn't been one because I haven't known how to use it. So now it's a gift that I'm going to learn how to use. Go through that list and hold it up. Is this something that I feel strongly to do? Remember, I said to have that white hot, desire and determination. And does this fit? Is this a this year thing or a next year thing? Because what you're going to do is you're going to take this brainstorm and put it into a folder for next year if you're organized. So go through each intention and hold it up to your intuition and see if you're compelled that this is one of your intentions. If you're not intuitive, don't worry, not a problem. You got other gifts. But in this situation, what you're going to do, unless you already know how you narrow things down, but the way I recommend it is to create a priorities list. Go through your brainstorm and start putting, A, B, C. A is most important. I absolutely want to do this. B, I'd like to do it, but it's okay if I don't. And C, if I get to, I get to it. If I don't, I don't, right? So prioritize it. And then take that list and decide which are big faith versus small faith items, which are just a little bit above your comfort zone of the parking spot, the princess parking, and which ones are not so big they're not so over the top, like the become a billionaire in a day. And then of that list, it helps to include why is it important to you? Because then you really get in touch with it. And what we're doing now at this point, the intuitive person does it naturally. A non-intuitive, by writing the whys, you're connecting the mind and the heart. And once the mind gets on board and the heart starts getting connective, the bus is rolling, baby. So this is how we use the mind as the tool. You're driving it, it's not driving you. So by connecting both heart and mind into this list, you're now starting to get that energy going on this list of what you are going to become and manifest and bring into your presence in 2018. So what do we do from there? We do one of two things. Some people will do both. And that is, you're either going to tell a story or write a bullet point list. If you're a creative person, you're going to tell the story. If you're a more technical person, you're going to do a bullet point list. I use both sides of those brains all day long in my business, and for all my life I have, so I do both. So some people say you have to do it one way or the other. I've done both. It's whatever works with your personality. In all sincerity, this is the connection. We're going to drive it in deeper in heart and mind. We're getting connected to this list even deeper level. And so for you, I burnt myself with my curling iron. So now I just poked it. So whichever really connects you even deeper, that's the way you go. So if you are a person who's creative, and I always think of my friend Carrie, she writes amazing creative stories. So I really see her doing this, and she'll probably email me and say, nope, I did the bullet point list. But she's the person I think of when I think about writing stories. So how does she write the story and you do it? Well, you write the story about that moment of receiving. Why it's important, what it will feel like when it comes, all in present verbs. We're going back to high school English. Present verbs, I am, it is, I have, how exciting. We want to add emotions to it. The emotions of shock and surprise are not on that list because you will not be shocked and surprised if you know that you can do it. You will be shocked and surprised if you don't know that you can do it and poof, it shows up. What? It worked. No shock and surprise. Excitement, gratitude, elation, thrilled, amazed. Well, amazed. Yeah, amazed. I'm amazed. I'm so amazed. It's so amazing. I love it, right? Not amazed as in shocked and surprised. So I check myself on that one. So, example in my life, and this is before I knew the terms law of manifestation, attraction, and all that. I actually didn't do this as an intention. It was part of a homework assignment or a class assignment. In junior year of high school, we had a class that I took that was home living courses. So, cooking and sewing. And one of the parts was decorating. And actually, I can't remember the teacher's name, but I remember telling her when she showed me a pattern, I'm like, ew, paisley, I hate paisley. She corrected me to say, no, you don't have an appreciation for paisley. And so now I never say I hate something. I always tell people I don't have an appreciation for something. So she doesn't know it, but it got in through this thick skull. So this same class, what we were doing, we had a homework assignment. You had two to choose from, and the one I chose was redecorating a master bath and a bedroom. And then you had to write a story about the person that you were designing this for, because then the homework was going to be graded against the story as to whether the two lined up. Did this person, would this lifestyle and who they are, their personality, fit the design that you did? It's pretty much a lot of stuff for a junior year in a high school, right? So I wrote that it was for me and that I was an advertising executive. I was making $50,000 a year. What does a junior in high school know about money? And I was living near the water. I didn't know if it was a lake or an ocean or whatever. I just said my water view bedroom, ocean view, water view, whatever. And she marked down, she gave me an A- because she said the salary was not plausible. And I'm like, that was a junior year in high school. That was 1989. What did I know about an advertising executive? I watched Bewitched, and Larry, the husband, was an ad exec, and it seemed like everyone during those shows were ad execs, so that's why I chose it. I didn't actually want to become an advertising exec. I didn't think about it because I didn't know what I wanted to be when I was in high school. I never thought about my future. Well, interestingly enough, now let me tell you the years again. In junior year of high school was 1989. I moved to Florida, in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, in 1998. Invert those last two numbers. And lo and behold, I became an advertising exec for the first company that I worked for right after moving here. A very short drive to the ocean. Sadly, the downgrade of the grade on my paper was highly accurate because I did not make $50,000 a year. I made $35,000 a year. Shame on her for limiting my income, right? I could have made that 50 if she believed. Who knew, right? So, that's why I say you're always manifesting, whether you know it or not. You're always creating. So that's a way of doing your creative story. Bullet point list. I love lists. I list everything. Lists are my buddies. They're my friends. They make me happy. So bullet point lists are very similar to what I taught last night. And again, if you didn't watch it, go and check it out, both YouTube and Facebook in the video sections on Facebook. So I taught about it last night. You're going to basically, it was the chunking. And you're going to break it down specifically in a chunking concept, which is taking parts of the intention that are similar and putting them together. And so I believe I gave you some examples, but I'm going to give you a couple right here. So job. When I wanted to get a job back when I was working for other people, I would write down, and I did this after I worked for a company where the boss was very horrendous for me and my personality to work for. When he gave me a review, he gave me everything that was wrong. And when he was done telling me everything that was wrong about me and my performance, he says, "Is there anything else?" And I said, "Yeah, what am I doing right?" And he goes, "Oh, I don't think about those things." And lo and behold, after that day of work, I'm pumping gas and I'm bawling my eyes out. I was in my 20s. And so from that moment on, I started creating lists without knowing these labels, because I wanted to be empowered, and these lists empowered me. And I wrote down, by breaking it in 3 categories, I wrote down what was the tasks that I wanted to do. What was the type of work? What were the things that I would be responsible for? Would I have growth in those responsibilities? The second part of the chunk of the list was, what was my environment like? And the first thing I put on that list right after that job, which was the very first job I had here in Fort Lauderdale, I'm in West Palm now, but in Florida, was a boss that appreciated me. And of course, that first job, that boss took his time and stopped in and said, "Elizabeth, you're doing a good job." We don't always need to hear we're doing a good job, but it's wonderful. I try and tell my team when they're doing great, they're awesome, they rock, because they do. But it feels good, and it helps you to want to do that job even more. So if you're an employer, heads up, have appreciation, right? So I put, not just the boss appreciated me and that I was praised, but I also put in what was the type of people that I worked with. And I put creative. I'm not going to tell you what I did, but it was definitely a creative industry. And was I outdoors, indoors, in an office, in cubicles? What was the environment like? Was it a large company, a small company, mid-sized company? And then the third one, which usually I think was always I would mix up the order, but I usually think I started with this one, is what benefits did I want? That's usually what we think of first. Benefits. How much am I getting paid? And if you're working for someone else, get in there and do that. What is it, 28, 30%, whatever the percentage is for income, go with the highest so that you know exactly, what you're getting. But what is the salary that I want? Do they give bonuses? What kind of vacation time do I get? What kind of sick pay do I get? Not that we want to focus on sick pay, but what do I get in benefits? Is there stock option deals? Do they give you a company car? Do you have what? What are the benefits that you desire from this job? Promotions. Do they promote within? Do they give education? What kind of seminars would you like to be given, right? So that's the idea of chunking together like items for each of these, where you're really breaking it down. And by the time you're done with either writing the story or creating the bullet point list, I'm going to go this side, you're going to have the mind and the heart just really diving in, if you're really getting into it and you're focusing it. If you're watch my language. If you're doing it, half intentional or energy, you're wasting your time. You got to give full energy. Go full on out, right? And then you're going to do the last part, which is simplify, simplify, simplify. You're like, "Elizabeth, I've already simplified." But what you're going to do is you're going to take those lists and you're going to create actual statements. And these statements, and you're going to probably whittle them multiple times over. And tomorrow I actually have one of the strategies and techniques that I'm going to give you is the most expensive thing there is $9. And there's a gal that I got her ritual, and she kind of helps you as well to do this very thing for creating this statement. And I did this, that, what I'm going to point to, I don't have affiliate with it or anything. I'm just save it for tomorrow. But when I did it, I was like, rip, rewrite, rewrite. And so you're going to rewrite it until it feels right for the intuitive. For the non-intuitive, it's empowering. But you want to create statements that represent the intention. And what does that mean? Positive, present tense, empowering statements that represent the whole story or the full bullet point list. So I didn't put any examples here of mine because I left them at home by accident. I meant to bring it in because I have all of mine written out. But from the top of my head, because I do them all the time, I would say my first one is, I am so thrilled and excited to consistently bring into my bank account an income of $60,000 a month. I am a money magnet that I can never say this word easily, but I'm a money magnet who brings in income easily and effortlessly. So thankful, right? And it's like, it comes down actually to like 2 or 3 sentences, the way I do it. And that's a short statement. It doesn't have to be a quick little 3-word statement. It just has to cover the whole story. I am very grateful for the $60,000. Here we go. See, once I get on the roll here, I am very grateful for the $60,000 a month income that I am consistently bringing into my bank account. I earn money and magnetize. I am a magnet for money easily and effortlessly, consistently. That's what it is. Woo, I knew I'd get it. So these are not affirmations, though. Affirmations are very different than intention statements. And I think when I've heard people teach on this, they've kind of confused the two, and they have you create affirmations and not intention statements. Intention statements are what you are magnet and bringing into you. Affirmations, they're used as an amazing tool to have your willpower and your mind shift or focus on what it is that you need to be to energize that magnet in you to then bring in, during the law of attraction, that which you are seeking. So affirmations are typically great in the law of attraction phase of manifestation because they're magnetizing energy. The best way I can explain the difference is affirmation statements are I am statements. They're basically who you are versus what you wish to experience, grow, or increase. And a great way of doing it is one of the fears and obstacles I had to overcome was fear of success. It sounds crazy, but when I would start to succeed, I would sabotage. So I wanted to get over that. So the tool to get my mind in order would be to write, I deserve success. I'm excited to have success. And then I broke down what it is. I deserve to earn whatever the funds were when I was first doing it, but let's go with this time. I deserve $60,000 a month. It's okay for me to have $60,000 a month. I still have friends and still make $60,000 a month. You see, it's all about me. It's all about creating who I am and aligning who I am and my energy for when it comes to bring it about. That's magnetizing your energy to then bring in your intention. So affirmations and intention statements are two totally different things. And affirmations are used in law of attraction. Intention statements are used in law of creation. Make sense? Alrighty. And then I already said it, edit, re-edit until you can see it, feel it, and you're truly empowered by it. And you need to be amped up. So don't do it near bedtime. Oh, coffee. So when you're done, basically your mind is sold. It is all in. Now you are going to have, in law of allowing, times where you're going to have to shift your willpower, and times during using affirmations and other tools for law of attraction. But at this point, you want your mind sold. I've got it. This is mine. I am on fire. White hot fire for this, right? So decide which intentions that you're going to tell and which ones you're going to hold precious. Which ones you're going to either just tell a few or which ones you're going to tell everyone and shout it from the mountaintop. Not due to fear for holding back, but just keeping it precious. Tomorrow night, we're going to teach on techniques and strategies, and that's when we're going to start using these statements. So make sure you check back in the Facebook page or the YouTube channel and get that video. So hopefully we're at about a half an hour mark. So hopefully you hung that out and you're amped up and you're ready to go make those intention statements. Until then, be enjoy. Bye.